Ew. Yeah. All right, where are we going back this week, buddy? Back to Japan. You know it, huh?
I'm turning Japanese, I think I'm turning Japanese, I really think so.
Back to Japan. Why are we going back to Japan? Because this week we're looking at another vintage lens from the 1960s and 70s.
Oh, behave.
It's the Chinon 55 millimeter 1.7. Is it any good? Yeah, I think it's pretty good too. Everybody thinks it's pretty good. So, why don't you get yourself something to eat or drink, get yourself comfortable. And let's get it on. Here I am, Vietnam. This is Camera Talk with Dr. Scott and Dylan. That's right, Dylan and I am back for another week of Camera Talk. What are we looking at this week, buddy? Just as the intro says, we're back to Japan.
One ticket to Tokyo, please.
And we're looking at another classic. The Chinon 50 millimeter 1.7. Now the 55, did I say 50? 55 millimeter 1.7 was a kit lens for, at the time, was their popular Chinon CS. And the CS stands for Chinon Screw. Like, screw you, buddy.
Okay, that's it. Screw you guys. I'm going home.
And why did they call it the screw? Well, because it was an M42 mount. Now I have it on an adapter right now. It's a little cheapy, no-name Chinese adapter.
Ancient Chinese secret.
But it's an adapter with a lip. Got to make sure you have that lip inside because there's a pin, an activating pin here, which allows for the aperture to open and close. Without that pin being depressed, the aperture will not move. So anyway, it goes on the Chinon CS exactly as demonstrated. And there you go. This is how I bought it. Now this is another kind of little insider tip on how to get a good deal on vintage lenses. Now it depends. I haven't looked lately at this particular lens, but I bought mine several years ago, and I got the camera and the lens together as a package for $60 US. So it's not bad. It's an SLR, and this particular Chinon CS was designed in the late 60s through the mid 70s, and so it's through the lens. So you look in here, see in there, and you could focus. No, you can't because the cap's on. Yeah, and you hear that. That's the lens, or the lens. That's the mirror flipping up out of the way, so that when you have film in here, then the light comes through the lens and you get your exposure. But anyway, that's where this came along. So it was a screw mount, a CS, Chinon screw mount.
Hey, screw you!
So put that aside for now, and I'll screw my little cheapy Chinese adapter back on so that I can mount it on my mirrorless. No. I might as well do that now because I don't want my sensor exposed for too long. So you know what happens when you have long-term exposure. That's when dirty sensors come in. Anyway, well, starting back at the beginning, why don't you move on off to this leg? What are you, a cat? We move on off to back in time, way back in time, to 1948, when the founder of Chinon, who was named Chino Hiroshi. You gotta say it like that for a Japanese accent.
Stereotypical, over-the-top rendition of the Japanese accent.
Created a company, or started a company, and named it, hang on, I gotta check my notes here. Sanshin Sisha Kusho. Sanshin Sisha Kusho.
English, motherfucker, do you speak it?
Again, another terrible Japanese accent, but that's how I think you pronounce it anyway. And, you know, obviously for the Japanese, it's an easy pronunciation, but for us Westerners, it would probably take a while to, for that to sink in and say it properly. But anyway, that was where the company started. By, you know, at the time too, 8mm home movies and stuff were the thing. Everybody was into that, as opposed to most of my other camera talks. You know, way back then, everybody was into TLRs. You know, the twin lens reflex, like my Rolleiflex up there. Oh no, I have a Rolly cord. Sorry. But anyway, Chinon was into 8mm movie cameras, and they were 1959. They were the first 8mm zoom lens manufacturer. So the world's first, you know, 8mm zoom came from Chinon, or came from Sanshin Sisha Kusho. I'm going to try to say that as least as possible, since I have terrible Japanese pronunciation. But anyway, they finally changed the name because Dr. Scott couldn't get it out of his mouth properly. In 1962, became Sanshin Optics. So Sanshin Optics, much easier to say. And in 1973, they became Chinon. Even easier. So in 1962, they just focused on their 8mm cameras, and then finally, you know, in this late 60s, early 70s, they started getting into SLRs because that's what everybody else was doing. They also, in 1985, began OEM manufacturing for Kodak.
Kodak film for the times of your life.
So they were making all the Kodak cameras at the time, and they were so good at it, eventually Kodak bought them in 2004. You know, they took over the company. Well, 1974, they were also another first in Japan to include sound in their 8mm. Because before that, obviously the old, I'm sure for those of you who are out there, the seniors in the crowd,
at least we're not fucking idiots.
know that your 8mm home movies were strictly film, you know, video. There was no sound to them. But in 1974, they created sound to marry up with the video. So anyway, I think that kind of brings us up to date. Excuse me. Yeah, you're the one who gave me the cock, you nasty little...
You dirt-eating piece of slime! You scum-sucking pig! You son of a motherless goat!
So they were producing cameras. So they gave their... You funny little man, you. They had their lenses produced by, rumored to be produced by Tomioka, who was a very famous lens manufacturer of the day in Japan, who also produced lenses for Yashica, who eventually bought them out. And then Yashica was bought out by Siokara or Kyocera. Who knows how you pronounce that? I know your Japanese pronunciation is probably better than mine. Anyway, so let's talk about this the lens. So the Auto Chinon 55 millimeter 1.7 is made of the formula is 6 elements in 5 groups. 6 elements in 5 groups. Yeah. Enough of that, mister. Bart Simpson. Its closed focus was 50 centimeters, so that's half a meter. Say about out to here. You know, it's not bad for your close focus. 6 curved aperture blades. 6 was the common number of the day back in Japan. But curved is something nice because it keeps your bokeh balls round. You like your bokeh balls round, don't you?
No.
No, you want them, what, like ninja stars?
No.
No. You like them square?
No.
You just don't like them at all. Okay, well you don't like anything, so except cookies.
Daddy, cookie.
Yeah. How heavy was it? 225 grams? You just can't wait to get your own YouTube channel, can you? You want to type hijack daddies.
Yes!
Uh-huh. So anyway, that's the specs on these things. Now how good is it? It's okay wide open, but you know, it's... Well, go ahead, tell us. Yeah, you ran out of stuff to say, didn't you? It's nice for portraits, wide open. Of course, its sweet spot is at 5.6, where you get full resolution from across corner to corner, and its contrast picks up. It's not very contrasty, wide open, but hey, it's still pretty nice for what it is. So it's got nice bokeh. It's one of the things that's one of the things it's known for is bokeh. So it's a nice lens, and it's economical. As I said, I got it for $60 with the body, so camera and lens for $60. Can't beat that. So let's give you a real world sample of what this thing can do. So normally I give you a shot of my Canon M50, which is recording this video. And what I do, we're about less than 2 meters away from the camera. And what I normally do, don't sit, is sit still, that is. I try to get in as sharp as I can on the writing on the 15 to 45 kit lens. And, you know, see what it looks like from here. So that's what I will do. And let's see. Make sure I'm wide open. No.
No.
There we go. Now we're wide open. Hang on. Let's get as tight as we can in here. Dylan, sit still, man. I'll take you out back and give you a freaking beating. Alright. Right there. Looks good, right? 1, 2, 3. And 5.6, just to show you what that looks like. Any tighter, right there, 1, 2, 3. Okay.
Anything.
Okay. Okay. And other real world stuff. Let's give you some shots of this dude
I'm the dude.
at 1.7.
Ha.
Haha. What do you think? Those look good at 1.7? Yeah? All right, how about Dylan? Here's Dylan at 5.6. Ah. Okay.
Okay.
Is that even better?
Ready?
Hmm? Mr. Parrot. How about your random stuff? We always have random stuff too, right? We'll get some outdoor stuff since we're indoors. Get you some flowers and trees and what else do we have? Lakes, rivers, picnic tables, cars, fences. I don't know what else, whatever else I could find. And you wonder why I'm coughing, huh? Yeah, you're the one coughing, giving it to Daddy.
It's airborne.
You suck. Yeah. There you go. Look through your binoculars. Distract from the story. Okay, so here's some random stuff at F whatever. Okay, so that was the random stuff. So what do you think, buddy? Is it a good looking lens? Can we recommend it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, I think so too. We can recommend the Auto Chinon 55 millimeter 1.7. They made multi-coated ones and everything else, which may be better. I don't know, I don't have one. But anyway, this one, the original version, single coated, does the job. Yeah, does okay. So,
So.
how about we give our little plug for our photo editing software? Huh? Who do we use?
Yes.
Who do we use? We use Luminar. Luminar AI, Luminar Neo. Now, I don't know if you can get AI anymore, but Luminar Neo is a combination of Luminar AI and Luminar 4, its predecessor. And so Luminar Neo is also full of AI. And what is AI?
Yeah.
What's AI?
Yeah.
Yeah, AI. Can you tell us what AI is? Yeah? All right. I'll give you to the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
No.
Oh, it's not that. Yeah. You goofball. So it's artificial intelligence. That's right. So Luminar Neo is full of artificial intelligence.
This mission is too important for me to allow you to jeopardize it.
It has things like dust and spot removal. It has power line removal. It has background removal. It has scenery lighting. It has other multiple AI features as well. I'm going to go through them all. You can check them out on the website. And how does all that work? Well, you obviously you open your photo in Luminar, And if you have, let's say, power lines, you click on the power line removal button, and what it does is it boop, 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 boop. It analyzes your photo, finds those power lines, and then removes them for you. Now, nothing's perfect. Of course, you may have to clean up a little around the edges here and there, but it saves you all that time having to, especially if you have a lot of power lines, saves you having to brush them all out and go from there. Same with the spots. You know, if you've got a dirty sensor with spots on it from dust and dirt or sea spray or wherever you are that's creating a dirty sensor, it will identify them, and same thing. Boop, 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 boop. It will clean them up for you. So very cool. Same with background removal. Get rid of the background if you don't like that and put your own background in. So forth and so on. So it's pretty cool. Anyway, so why do I like it? Well, because it's a standalone. You can use it as a plugin for Lightroom and others. You know, it plays well with other software out there as well. But as a standalone, I like it because you know, it's got so many bells and whistles. It does what I need it to do. And the other reason I like it too is it's economical. Hey, it's only $90. Getting a software that can do these kinds of things for only $90 is a pretty good deal.
I'm gonna make him an offer he can't refuse.
And do you want to save $10? Do you want to save $10? Yeah? Good. Well, you can save $10 if you click below. Click on the link below, and you can save yourself $10. By, you know, like follow the link through to Luminar, you buy it, it'll automatically deduct that $10. What do they do with that $10? Excuse me. That's the fakest cough I've ever heard.
Whatever.
What do they do with that $10, mister? They give it to us? Yeah. What do they call that? They call that kickback. Yeah! Kickback. Yeah. And if you save up your $10, and maybe some more $10, and maybe some more $10, eventually one day, how much will you have? $1 million. Yeah.
$1 million.
Dylan can have $1 million. Yeah, good boy. $1 million. Save it. You can share it with daddy. Right? Yeah, good boy. Don't share with mommy, because mommy will take whatever you share with me, and mommy's going to take it from me anyway. So try and keep it a secret, all right? Shh. Anyhow. What else can we say? Who are we? Are you Dylan? I'm Daddy.
I'm Batman.
And together we are all Modesty Photography. That's right. We're here to talk about tips and tricks, vintage lenses, vintage cameras, camera systems, stuff about photography, you name it, we'll talk about it. Right? Especially him. He'll talk about anything. You might not understand him, but he'll talk about it. Remember? Uh-huh. I say you can't go over there, right? That's right. Uh-huh. All right. So what else can we do with the people out there? We can ask them to support us, right? How can you support us? Subscribe. That's right. This side. Subscribe. Uh-huh. Your fingers, my fingers. Subscribe. That's right. And what else does YouTube like besides subscribers? They like the thumbs up. Yeah. We give them a little taste of the thumbs up, and we'll give you a taste of the thumbs up girls. Dylan's favorite part of the show. Thumbs up. Thumbs up. All right. Aren't they cute, huh? Yeah. So, other than that, why should everybody come back next week? We should hope you come back next week, because we make one of these every single week, and depending on where you are in the world, it comes out on Friday, but that could be the day before your Friday or the day after your Friday, because we're in Vietnam, so depending on where you are in the world, that could be a completely different time zone. It's a time warp. So anyway, and why should they come back? Because, as I always tell my students, you belong here. And where do they belong? What's the name of the show? This was Camera Talk with Dr. Scott and Dylan. Oh yeah, wasn't that exciting? So, thank you for dropping by. Thank you for watching and listening. Thank you for subscribing. Hey, get over here. Thank you for the thumbs up. Thank you for buying a copy of Luminar through our link. Thank you for supporting Dylan. Thank you for supporting Dr. Scott. And thank you for just being you. That's right. All right. So we'll see you next week. Hopefully. All right. You ready to say bye-bye? Bye. All right, let's go. 1, 2, 3. Bye-bye.
Here I am,